Hello, everyone. Hello. Hello. Hello, Frisco. Hello. Is anyone here? No one's here. Hello. Oh, hello. Someone else is here now, finally. Can anyone hear me? Hello. Three people are watching me, I think. BH is watching me. I'm trying to figure this thing out. And I'm not, can any BH, can you type something so I can see if it's working? Okay, it is working. Okay. And who are you, BH? I'm trying to. I cannot remember people. BH. Yes, hello. Oh, there, I'm in focus again. You're new here. Well, I'm trying to figure out how I chatted for an hour and I'm just trying to figure out where my channel live. I'm live now. Where are my old live ones? Anyway, I don't know where I am. BH. Nice to see you, BH. You're new here. Have you watched my videos before? What I do is I fix and sell fountain pens. Oh, okay. They're saved in my dashboard. Well, I'm just trying to figure out why. Can you see the one I did this morning? BH? Because I did one this morning. And playlists, live pen chats. I guess it's there. If you look under live pen chats, maybe. I don't know. So what is your first name, B? If you don't want to tell me, you don't have to, I guess. But I'm just trying to figure out a way to make this entertaining. My first name is B. Funny first name. Okay, where am I going to put these? I don't want to put them there. The first name is B. I'm going to make this flat, completely flat. I can. Okay, I need more things. Can't. This has to not slide around. Otherwise, it's going to be a disaster. Where do I have? Fuck it, whatever. Well, I can't fucking tell what I'm doing here, so whatever. This has to be flat. This is not flat yet. Why isn't it flat? No. Yes. Light, camera, action. Brian, Bob, Bruce, Bubba, are we in focus? We're not in focus. Bubba, why aren't we in focus? On foot there. Seems to me we were in focus before. Come on, camera. Okay, I need something that's this big that isn't going to slide. Widow and sister. Catherine Anderson. Widow and sister. I'm live now. Oh, so you were able to see it somehow, Joshua. Now you wanted the Schaefer pen, right, Joshua, that I never got to you? I'm having a really hard time with everything, and thank you for your patience. I'm not calling the Better Business Bureau on you. It was just the pens that I had, the pens that you wanted had the visual aided section, correct? And you wanted also a Triumph nib, correct? I think that's what you wanted. Why are we out of focus? Here, I'll move that back up there. You got one after. Well, I'm glad you got one. I'm sorry that, the pens I have, I don't generally do the deep clean that maybe I should do. Right? Take every possible molecule of old ink out. I put a sack on the pen, I flush it up, make sure it works, and put new ink in, and usually I'm perfectly happy with that. But I know some people take pens completely apart and scrub them all clean, and hey Kesh, how are you? Well, I can find one that's fatter for you, maybe, in the fullness of time. Oh, I'm trying. I'm trying to actually figure out a way to make it easy for me to sell pens, and I finally put all of my pens in one area where I fix them. And now, because I'm learning how to do this live stuff, the pens are drifting back over here again, which I didn't want to do. But I'm thinking if I just bring things here for a little tiny bit. Well, here's a way where, first of all, I can see the dialogue for longer than I could see it on Periscope, and it's also something that can be seen by other people after I die. So as long as I keep paying my bills or something, Cash. But yes, that in a way, that's what it is. I need to get oh, I don't remember. I mean, it sounds like something that I did, but I don't remember what they look like. Are we going to ever? Oh, we are in focus. If we can be. Okay. Light camera action. Okay, how is this going to work? Celebrity-like. Well, now that you're a celebrity, I suppose I should do something that's celebrity-like. I'm going to get a drink of water, and I'll be back. If I can make it out of here without killing myself first. Well, this was not what I was looking for. But it's better than what I just had. So I'm going to put this here, put these in here. Well, let's see. If I were a handsome man like Kesh, beautiful, handsome man like Kesh, how would I sign my name? You've got this UV thing at the end, which is really tough. UV. HUV. I think I'd make the V just go flying off like that. KESHUV. V. The V would just end in a swoop. Is Keshav a popular name in your country? See, I only know one Pier Gustafson, and Pier is a very uncommon name. So if I just say Pier, chances are people will know who it is. But if Keshav is like Bob or Ted or John, it's not good. Okay, is there is there uh, how many Keshavs are there on the planet? If there's not very many Keshavs on the planet, you could just sign your name Keshav. No, or you just sign it Kesh. It's, okay, Keshav, Keshavs, Keshav. Well, if UV is rare, I really have a hard time doing ending a word, a name with a V, I think. Keshav. Because I'm going H, which is up and then down and then up and down and up. And it's all this is also similar. So Keshav. See, I want to do something else. So Kesh UV. I think I do that. End it. And I think I'd have to underline it. Well, Keshav. Try signing your name where the V goes off like that. Keshuv. V. You could do that if you want to be fancy. It's HUV. Now, it's putting a circle around your name is way too pretentious, even if you're a movie star, even if you're a celebrity, you don't want to do that. Okay, I need a different bottle of ink for over here. Well, if you're the only Keshav UV in the world, I don't think you need the last name. But that's just me. Okay, well, send me what I did before, and maybe I'll think it makes sense. Okay, I'm moving this away, and bringing back a different bottle of ink. Okay, I have new ink. And this wants to slide down. I don't want it to slide down. I know what I'm going to do. I need to find leather. This an actual cow. Is this going to be? Oh my. Okay. Marilyn, are you here? Miss Marilyn? Can I show Kesh? Hey, Alyssa G. Can I show Kesh your version? Kesh, what do you think? Why aren't we in focus? Looking at it backwards is really funny because it looks so cool. Okay, let me see if I can take this off. I'm trying to figure out how to make this not be a disaster zone. So this is leather, which I know is reflective, but is it slippery? I sort of want it to protect what I'm doing, but I want it to be, that's too slippery. I think this is too slippery. Let's try a different piece. Okay, here's another cow, a nice big black cow. This one drapes. This is stickier. but I need it bigger than this. Almost works. Gray leather. Well, it does have a little bit of a non-signature look. So let's see if I do this. Here's my writing surface. Here's my pen supply, right? Leather here. Put this here. This is non-slippery now because of the leather. Come on, get in focus. Well, anyway, I'll send these to Kesh on Messenger or something. Okay, where did my thing go here? This is gonna drive me crazy. Okay, this is going over here where I can see you. Okay, so now you can see your typing. I can see your typing over here. Look at how my hands go. It's so cool. Okay, I'm putting this here, so presumably this should be visible. Yes, my time zone. Well, I don't live in the U.S. time zone, Kesh. I live in Paris time zone, I think. I get up much earlier than normal Americans do. Okay, Alyssa G. I have to remember who everyone is. Alyssa G. Am I still on screen? Is this too glary? I can't tell. No, it's good. Okay. Well, Marilyn is from California, and Alyssa, I can't even remember. My brain is so Arizona. Alyssa, did I send you a pen? Did I sell you a pen? I can't. My brain is completely gone. I think if I move this up, I think that's sort of what I need to do. Let me move this up so I can see what I'm doing. It's better that way, even if my neck hurts. Oh, okay. What pen did you get, Alyssa? Sorry for not remembering. I should remember these things. I don't think anyone is as old as I am, Kesh. I think most people are much closer to you than me. And I've seen Marilyn on face to face on Skype, so I know vaguely the age, but I'm not good at telling. And Facebook, okay. See, I can't remember. I can't remember where I meet people. And Alyssa, I don't remember. If I don't think I spoke with her in person. Where did my water go? It's right there. So far, this leather is working, and this thing is working because it'll keep any Exxon Valdez spill somewhat contained. And what pen did I send you? Oh, Faber-Castell. Ever heard Faber? Rather, I mean, I think it was. Well, again, God, I'm just so completely at a loss. What does that tell? That they have a daddy issue. I'm writing a letter to Daddy. His address is heaven above. Now, I have no idea why young people (18). Alyssa G is putting on the Groucho Marx mask. I don't know what exactly that she means by that, but I'll pretend that it's good. Okay, now I'm still thirsty. I haven't finished my water and I'm still thirsty. Here for is cat buzz. A penthusiast. Well, I thought penophile was a nice word for us.
Sorry, I didn't find the device named right.
Did I ask you, Alexa? Did I even begin to ask you anything? God, she scared me to fucking death. Penophile. P-E-N-O-P-H-I-L-E. Penophile. Enthusiast, though, is nice. It rolls off the tongue a little bit better. And Cat Buzz, what's your first name? Cat. Alexa. See, she doesn't answer me when I call her. Alexa, you're a bitch. No answer. I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you were saying. Bite me, Alexa. Water. Okay, back to our little grass shack. Should I play a song on the ukulele for you? I created some Franken pens. Catherine? The other tittle with the loop. You'll have to show me what you mean because I don't have a clue what you're talking about. And Cat Buzz, where do you? Oh, we should do a duet. Oh, okay. I see. You're the curly Q. I-T-I-N-G. So you. Oh. That's a little too ordered for me. I have to be more something. I do have another cat. I mean, I have a cat. Her name is Tina, which I didn't like as a name of a cat. But when I learned it was short for Quarantina, it made sense. Northeastern Vermont. And I sent you the pens in the mail, or you? God, why can't I even fucking remember the goddamn thing? I'll show you Quarantina here if I can figure out how to do that. Too many devices. Photos, albums. Here she is eating paper. Well, I have a new cat. It was given to me by a neighbor. Given to me by a neighbor who got it to keep her remaining cat happy after the one of the two cats they had died. And Tina did not get along with the other cats. So she said, "Do you want a cat?" So I got a cat. One of my neighbors in the building had her. Are we going to get in focus? What are we doing here? How is this going to work? Parker 51. The Johnny one note ends. Are you going to focus or not? Room tune. Oh, yes, 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 of course. Of course, of course. You were the one. You were the one. I don't want to say it was a torment. No, it was, you had the section had to be a certain diameter for it to work. I remember very clearly now. It was, you needed to have, the section had to be 1.3 centimeters wide or something. Soapbox debris, I like that. No, I do remember. And you worked near a reservoir. Was that correct? Am I remembering that? You were a I don't want to say a night watchman, because you worked for the parks department or something. The 51, I hated the 51 initially because it didn't make flexible lines, and I just, every time I would see them, I'd never buy them at a flea market. I remember going to an antique shop once, and there was a box of maybe 10 sterling silver capped gray 51s, and they were, I think, $5 each or something. And I bought one. I thought, well, I should buy one. left the rest of them there. Stupid me, but I didn't understand 51s at the time. What's it good for me? when I am trying to plan something out, like how my pen area is going to work, where I've got, like my pen shop area repair place is about the size of a bathroom on an airplane. So I've got a desk and I've got a thing, and I'm planning out like how is this going to fit, and for me to plan something out on paper like an architect would using a 51 keeps me focused on that job. If I have to write something, like I'm composing a letter that I have to write to a neighbor who lost their father or something, something that has meaning and I don't want to get the words mixed around, I might use a 51 like this to help me come up with the words, and I'm not distracted by pretty curly cues. Yeah, I knew there was a lake. I have no idea what the dinner is. My 3/4 roommate makes me dinner every night. He buys the food and he cooks the food and he cleans up the dishes. Well, there are other pens that are equally sturdy, like a Schaefer Triumph nib. You could put it in a rifle and shoot it into a wall and it will be fine. But the point of it, it's such a big gold and platinum piece of metal there that I find it distracting. The little tiny, almost invisible point of a 51 is what keeps my mind focused on. There's no burger places open anymore. And Kesh, I don't drink anymore, so the joy of eating is not, the joy of going out to dinner is not there. So eating dinner is less, it's less fun. Because drinking helped me meet people and chat with people, and I drink and drink and drink and drink and drink and drink and fall down. My doctors said I'm killing myself, so I stopped. It helped me. It helped me be sociable, Kesh. I like eating food. I like eating food now, but the drinking helped me be sociable. So. Oh, okay. What do you use whiskey in? I'm trying to think what recipe has. Add 3 quarts of whiskey. Yeah, I love Indian food, and but again, there's hardly any restaurants that are open. I mean, you could take out food, that's fine. Is it time to sing a song on the ukulele? The song is not necessarily meant for work. Just warning you. Ooh, where did that E come from? From the depths of hell. Okay, well, let me know what you think that is. And you're a writer. You're not pretending to be a calligrapher. I mean, you're writing words, thoughts. There's a couple of new pen customers that I have that are writers rather than calligraphers or artists. So I'm learning all about you kind of people. Cash, I know that you probably can tell that this is off key. E. My dog has fleas. My cat has fleas. Well, that's going to have to do. We three were all alone, living in a memory. My echo, my shadow, and me. We three were not a crowd, we're not even company. My echo, my shadow, and me. I had an idea, a marvelous idea, and went online. A little click here, another click there. Amazon made them mine. We three, we don't need you. Even through eternity, my dildo, my porno, and me. What good is the moonlight, the silvery moonlight that shines above? I sit on my dildo, press play on my porno. Who needs to bother with love? We three, we don't need you. Even through eternity, my dildo, my porno, and me. What do you think? Bouncy and wants to give a little flex when I ask without telling like I'm using a damn nail. Okay, well that's pretty good. Bravo. Oh, how does the other one go? Oh, for sure, don't you know, you betcha. Sweet blonde maiden said to me when she gave me second helpings at the Lutheran Jamboree. Oh, for sure, don't you know, you betcha she was only teasing me. You must say room for the Jello at the Lutheran Jamboree. Natural blondes wearing plaid at a potluck is what you'd expect to see, while praising God Almighty at a Lutheran Jamboree. Heineken, Amstel, and Budweiser beer flowed oh so easily. So I had to find the restroom at the Lutheran Jamboree. It goes on and ends quite far in the gutter. Okay, so Joshua Schroeder, I'm sure I can find a nib that has spring and a bounce in it for you. I have hundreds of pens that can do that are not nails. So email me, send me a post something on one of my videos, and I'll email you, I'll tell you what my email is, and then you can send me a sample of your writing, and I can try to figure out what you want. Well, cheaper and ugly is fine. I've got lots of that. Stainless nibs. Now I'll find you a good pen. I'll find you a pen that will give you as much flex as you like, and it'll be as smooth as you like, but also flexible, and will make it work. Yes, it would be fun to do that live. If I can figure out how to do it, can I add you to the screen and we can both do this or not? Oh, I don't. The uke chords, I'm forgetting them faster than I'm remembering them. Oh, 5'2", eyes are blue. Oh, what those 5 foot could do. Has anybody seen my gal? Turned up nose, turned down hose, flapper, yes sir, one of those. Has anybody seen my gal? Now if you run into 6'2", covered with fur, diamond rings and all those things, bet your life that isn't her. But could she love, could she woo, could she who? Has anybody seen my gal? Now I tried. Yeah, the StreamYard will work, but we can't, can we record that? Is that recordable so other people can hear our stuff? Ready for another dirty song? This is what I sang 2 years ago at the Radical Fairy Potluck Talent Show. Oh, good. I changed the words to 5'2", eyes of blue to 6'2". 6'2", eyes of blue. Oh, what those 6 foot could do. Has anybody seen my guy? Roman nose, uncut hose, sloppy bottom, one of those. Has anybody seen my guy? Now if you run into a 6'2", covered with fur, big cock rings and all those things. Bet your life that's him for sure. And could he love, could he woo, could he, could he coo? Has anybody seen my guy? Am I ready for the big time? I'm trying to do the new words for que sera, sera, whatever will be, and have it be more realistic. You know, I asked my teacher, what should I be? Will I be blah, blah? Will I be blah, blah? Here's what she said to me. You know, and it would be about, have you considered working at a fast food market? You're not a very bright student. And then, you know, she gets married, and what would her husband say? My sweetheart, what will we try? What is it? How does it go? Ask my sweetheart, what should I try? Should I be do 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 do? Here was his wise reply. Let's try a three-way or whatever, you know, something. Que sera, sera means whatever will be, will be. When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. Anything your heart desires will come to you. Let's get back to work here. So, Joshua, flexible nib. I'm sure I can find a nib that works like this one. You can't see what I'm doing. That works like this. It has this amount of flex and is very smooth. And I can find it on a Waterman or an Eversharp pen. I also have some that I can find on off-brand pens. But because it has a gold nib, it's going to be at least 40 bucks, regardless of what the rest of the pen looks like. Oh, congratulations, Kesh. Everyone in my room subscribed to Kesh, so he gets 1,000. This is a pen-pencil combo. It writes with the pencil on one side and pencil here, pen here. These are sometimes fun. I'm going to send one of these to Peter. Peter draws for him to try out, just because I think he'll get a kick out of it. Or who are we missing? There's suddenly quiet in the room. Hello from Duluth. Duluth? My cousin lives in Duluth. I've been to Duluth once in my entire life on a trip. Bemidji. Okay. And you like pens, do you? Room tune? Room tune. What is your first name, Room? Room? I did spell room. Thought I misspelled it. Room tune. You're just 10. Well, how did you get in to see me? I have not made for children. Anyway, I'm glad to see you. I'll make sure I'm a responsible adult for the rest of the broadcast. Room tune. It's been 54 years since I was 10 years old, and I forget what it was like back then, but I'm sure you know more at your tender age of 10 than I did when I was 45. So good for you. Room tune. I'm in Boston. I'm in Boston. 38, 36 degrees. What's it here? No. Yes. 39 degrees. It's supposed to be 50 tomorrow. What do you know? Responsible adulting. No, Joshua Schroeder is not fun. So Joshua is $40 for a good. I have a nice Eberhard Faber springy nibbed pen that I can sell for $40. Well, you're in California, Maryland, darling. And watch your language. We have a 10-year-old here. Okay. Well, I'll see what kind of nib that Eberhard Faber has. It's a plain black pen. I'll just show it to you right now. If I can remember where I put it. It's ficking January. I don't know what's. Okay, this is the Everett Faber. The nib. Anyway, let me just show you how it writes. The nib looks like it had been bent at one point and bent back, but it's really a nice pen. I tend to like fine or extra fine nibs. Well, that's a little harder to find for you. That might be a little more expensive, but I might be able to find a warranted, fine, somewhat flexible nib for you. This is more rubbery, but it's not, I wouldn't call this fine. This is more medium. Well, Boston is in Massachusetts. Well, I think all weathermen should be replaced by pole dancers or something. And based on rolling the dice, they'll say what the weather is going to be for the next day, because it's never right. So why waste time looking at maps and charts and stuff? You can say what happened yesterday. Yesterday the high was this, but I mean, it's like, what if the sports channel was like that? What if you just said tomorrow there's going to be a game, and we think someone's going to win? No, you wait until the fucking game the frickin' game happens to find out. You know, so you don't want a prediction, you want to know. So just do yesterday's weather tonight rather than tomorrow's weather today. Oh, Nell Piper, Gloucestershire. Old film cameras and vintage fountain pens. I just gave a Schaefer prelude to my Canadian lady friend for her birthday. Well, good for you. There's a man I have been speaking with who's from Kent, and he's learning how to do calligraphy using a dip pen, and he wanted a Waterman #2 fountain pen. And I said, well, there must be collectors of pens in England. It means that I had weird parents. I've never met another Pier, so I don't know. I don't think it has a meaning. No, my name is not Pierre. It is Pier. It has never been Pierre. Never even once. People think it's Pierre, and they correct me. And I said, no, did I say it was Pierre? No, it's Pier. Peter? No, Pier. And then I had to repeat it a fourth time. Pier. And then they think that I pee. I'm a peer, which I do. I do pee. Can I say that in a adult room? A Waterman fountain pen with a 14-karat gold #2 nib. Okay. Are you near Kent? I think that's where he's from. He's using dip pens now, and he saw me doing a video about a number 2, using a number 2 Waterman pen, and he really loved it. Well, what is your weird name, Room? Did I ask you that already? So Neil Piper, is that your name, Neil? Hey, Adventure. This is almost the closest we've had to having a communication. Now, what I want a conversation, I want to have my face here, and I want your face to be here on Skype, and we'll talk together. This is, what is the pen I'm using? Is that what you asked? Pen you're writing with, also hello. This is a Eberhard Faber pen, and it has a gold nib, which, oops, is quite lovely. The nib is bent a little bit at the end, but works perfectly fine. Every once in a while when I try to fix a bent nib, I don't succeed and I end up ruining it. Here's another Faber. And this is another gold nib, I think. I had 3. One had a gold nib and one had a steel nib. Where did you go? Joshua. This one is a finer. Well, see, it's not, if you like extra fine, this isn't going to work for you either. You need a finer nib. Well, it's Eberhard Faber. So it was made, I don't know my Faber history, but it's Eberhard Faber. And you sometimes see their clips have an E and an F. And often their nibs are steel, but they're good. They're like Esterbrook's. They're good quality stuff. Well, I'm glad you found it. You might enjoy my other videos that are maybe a little more organized, although not by much. What's your name? Gunther. Gunther Arthur. That's a pretty weird name. It's weird that it almost sounds sort of like a rhyme, but it's spelled differently and it isn't. So Gunther Arthur. Gunther Arthur. Gunther Arthur. I don't find Gunther is an old-fashioned kind of name that you don't see in the United States very often. But if you were to find it in the United States, Minnesota is where you'd find it. The Germans and the Norwegians and I love Wagnerian opera, and one of the characters in the Ring, das Ring des Nibelungen, is named Gunther. So I was playing my ukulele adventure. Well, your name is not unknown to humanity, and because at least one person, two people, a person in the Wagnerian opera and your grandfather are named Gunther. So I think my parents take the cake in terms of being weird, though. I mean, they were cool, artsy, weird. On our dining room table, when I was growing up, when I was your age, we had a dining room table. And under the big brass candlesticks of the dining room table was a leopard skin spread out on the dining room table rather than a tablecloth. Top that, Gunther. Art Deco Hotel. Was that the one? 1973. God, what hotel would that have been? I don't know what hotel that would have been. I'm from Minneapolis, or a suburb thereof. So, Adventure, are you still here? 18 floors. It doesn't help. I can't think of what hotel would have had 18 floors in Minneapolis in 1973. You are here. So one of the things, I've been singing your praises, Adventure, to a lot of people, and a lot of people really love your channel that I mentioned it. Oh yeah, I know her. And so my thought is we will get along well. Okay, Gunther. Here's Marilyn's calligraphy of your name. Pretty sweet, huh? I know only the most talented people. Did you spell it wrong? Arthur. Okay. Marilyn, are you going to redo it and we'll make him happy? Adventure. One of the things that I like about your pen journey is your personal relationship that you have with these things. And it's based on as much your heart as it is your head. You're thoughtful, of course, about what you're saying, but your factoids don't interest you. Creed and Nate. Okay, your your parents are weird. Gunter, Creed, and Nate. Well, I mean, I listen to you. I know you've said it that you don't review pens in the sense that you talk about how many centimeters long and how many ounces they are and all that other kind of stuff, and when they were made and how many they made and what colors they made them in. You talk about what the pen is telling you to do and what you feel when you're using it, and you understand how the nib goes. So it's exactly what I'm looking for when I'm talking to people about pens. So I think our conversation that you and I would have, where both the camera's looking down and we've got, I'm going to pretend that you're left-handed for a moment. Here's our split screen. Here's your hand. Here's my hand. How can I do this? And we're both writing away. And we're going to say, oh my God, you crossed the T so interestingly, I'll say. And you'll say, okay, watch this. And you'll write a word that has two T's, and you'll do something like that. And I'm going to say, God damn you. And then you're going to say, but I like the way you dotted that I. And I'm going to come up with a word that has 15 I's, Mississippi. And then ... Right? See, we're going to have fun. We are going to have fun, goddammit. So I think it'll be fun. And let's do it soon. And it doesn't have to be, it can be just 15 minutes of you pick 3 or 4 pens that you really, really like, and I'll pick 500 or 600 of the ones I really like. Now I'll pick 3 or 4 that I like, and we'll just see. Oh, Todd, damn it, Shades of Nicola Pang. Hello, Todd. Well, utilitarian is good. I mean, if I actually had to read anything I wrote, let's say I wrote the directions on how to find the treasure. I'd never find it. 3 feet? Do I have to go 3 feet, or is that, I wouldn't know anything about how to do it. But Lady Patricia and maybe the baby safety. That would be sweet, the baby safety. And Todd, I know that you're Todd Merrill in the room. Everyone say hi to Todd. Todd has both the heart and the brain of a pen collector, a pen user and a pen collector. He knows the factoids, but he feels the pen. But he knows the factoids of the pen. He'll quite often, I don't want to say correct me, though he does that. It's Walter Schaefer, Pier Gustafson. You knew that, of course. No, this is Todd, musician. Actually, Todd and Kesh, you're both musicians. So say hi to each other. No, you don't have to apologize. It's fine. But you also are the person that uses, when I do a video, you don't just say LOL, I love your videos, period. You go on for quite a length describing the things that I try to put into words, but I don't know how to do as well. I think you're a wordsmith more than I am. Your word smithiness is more sophisticated. And today, when I was doing my video about sorting my nibs and talking about the people that, the customers that I'm having really don't care what happens. They care what happens from here out rather than from here back. And the back is important. All of, you know, the balance of the pen, the weight of the pen, the fact it has a clip, but it's the I missed my messages. I didn't know if you were talking to me or you're talking to Ms. Darling. I'll do your brother's names now, but I thought you were talking to Ms. Darling. So we have the three names are Arthur. Try that again. Arthur. Creed. And what was the last one? Creed and Neil, was that what it was? Neil? Creed is 21. Nate. Now Nate can't be the correct name. It must be Nathaniel or something. Arthur. Creed. And Nate. God damn it. See what you're... Gunther. Creed. And Nate. Arthur. Messrs. Messers. Messrs. Gunther, Creed, and Nate Arthur. There you go. So back to adventure. You still in the room, adventure? So I think, yes, your patrician, your baby waterman safety, and I mean, I'd like you to do bring that swan out that you're having a relationship problem with, because maybe as marriage counselor, I might be able to help. I'll help you get along with her. I spelled them right. You are being a little imp, Mr. 10-year-old Gunther. You're asking us to the swan. Yes, the counseling would be good. I would like to, because there has to be a way of making you appreciate what the swan is. And it might be forgetting the other two pens that you have and seeing the swan just as it is without comparing it. There's a fake story, I'm sure. It just sounds too dumb to be at all real, but the story is nice, where some young artist who worked in the Michelangelo studio asked Michelangelo if he could fix his painting. And it was a painting that had a bowl of grapes. I mean, this whole thing sounds so fake, but it's a good story, so just pretend it's real. Painting of a bowl of grapes. And can you just, Maestro Michelangelo, can you fix this for me? Yes, I can do this, son, but you have to leave the room. So the boy left the room, and Michelangelo went over to the canvas, and the still life is in front of the canvas with a bowl of grapes. And he took a cloth and he covered the bowl of grapes. And he said, asked the guy to come in. And the guy came in and looked at the painting without seeing the bowl of grapes anymore, just looked at the painting, and he said, oh my God, you fixed it for me. So that's sort of what might happen with your swan. I bought a Eversharp Skyline desk pen online, and in my rosy colored glasses, looking at the pictures online, I thought, it would have a slightly flexible nib, and the nib was as hard as a goddamn rock. And I tried to like that pen. I made up a story that the pen belonged to Jack Webb, only interested in the facts. And it was not working for me, and it did not work. And I tried it the next day, and I tried to like that pen, and I just could not. It drove me crazy because I really wanted to like it. I liked the desk pen, and I finally took the nib out, put a different nib in it that I liked better in the desk pen. And then later on, I tried the Skyline that I put the nib I hated in it, and it was fine. It was better. So by just changing the pen that it was in, made it work better for me. And the nib didn't really change. The expectation, I guess, changed. That was the difference, I think. You like other things that are hard as a rock. Well, you would, Marilyn. We're inching back toward that gutter. So anyway, adventure. I think we are so close in how we look at pens that I think we'd have a good time. I don't really talk about the relationship I have with pens particularly. But I do need to alter my handwriting when I'm using a certain pen. I have to change my outlook a little bit when I'm using a pen that wants to be a certain way. So maybe that pen is just making a little tiny bit of a demand of you about how you are using it. You may want to use it to write a beautiful haiku poem, but it only knows how to write a dirty limerick. A dirty limerick. There once was is our 10-year-old still in the room? There once was a boy from Bemidji. Bemidji is going to be a hard word to rhyme with. Duluth. There once was a boy from Duluth. No, we can't force square pegs in round holes, and I'm not putting that in the gutter. I'm not going anywhere near the gutter. It's a 10-year-old young man. I'm not going to corrupt anyone here. But the knowing that the pen that is giving you a little bit of feedback, it may be saying to you, I don't want to write poetry. I want to write prose. I want to do math. So you use it to do your checkbook. Maybe that's what it wants to do. Oh, it might have all been made up. Who knows? So Adventure plays the ukulele and the mandolin. She writes her own music. Adventure, meet Keshav. He's a songwriter, musician, writes music for films in India. Marilyn can play the piano. I can sing, kind of. Well, I've heard Gunter and Nate. I haven't heard Creed. But if that group of people existed, Minnesota is where they would have been from. We three were all alone, living in a memory. My echo, my shadow, and me. So there. Well, I haven't looked at your calligraphy lessons online yet, Miss Marilyn, but I see that they're there and I will look at them. I've never studied calligraphy. I like letter forms and I like doing certain things, but I don't think I'm a calligrapher by any stretch. I like coming up with interesting handwriting is what I try to do. You want me to sing the whole song, Adventure? It's not made for children. You're an adult. We three were all alone, living in a memory. My echo, my shadow, and me. We three were not a crowd, we're not even company. My echo, my shadow, and me. I had an idea, a marvelous idea, and went online. A little click here, another click there. Amazon made them mine. We three, we don't need you. Even through eternity. My dildo, my porno, and me. What good is the moonlight, the silvery moonlight that shines above? I sit on my dildo, press play on my porno. Who needs to bother with love? We three, we don't need you. Even through eternity, my dildo, my porno, and me. Ta-da. Great song. Okay, well, thank you for listening and watching and adventure. I'm really happy that we finally had live connections, and I cannot wait for us to do this. So let's see if I can do it again. Be side by side on Skype. I'm going to try to. I saw a calligrapher here in Boston at the Penn Show do this, and he's a left-handed calligrapher, and he's really good. And I don't know if I can do this. The paper might move, but he's able to draw with both hands at the same time. And it is something you can do. Come on, paper. Well, this thing is in the way and the paper is moving, but you're able to use both hands and sort of make a really calligraphic rendition that's almost a good mirror image of it. His name is John DeCalibus. Let's see if I can just find his video here. We don't have to do that adventure because we can't, because we're both right-handed. Let me try it here. John DeCalibus. John DeCalibus YouTube. Videos. Dueling pens. Okay, ready to watch? Does this work? Okay, why is it not working? Here we go, sorry. I'm not ambidextrous. So this guy is left-handed, and but he made two little birds there. So look at his stuff. He's an amazing calligrapher, and he's left-handed, and his teacher in high school said, or grade school said, had the worst handwriting ever. And he decided he was going to prove his teacher wrong by learning how to do it. And he did this beautiful rendition. He showed the original that he did in high school, and he copied the Constitution. And the way he was able to do it was he wrote it upside down somehow. He copied it by writing it upside down. And the thing that really made me sad was the signatures underneath he wrote all perfectly. They didn't look like signatures. They looked like, that was the same calligrapher, the same scribe that wrote the thing, signed the name for everyone. So that was the part that was flawed. So folks, this is what I need to do. I need to turn you off. I'm very happy to see all of you here, especially the people who I've known for a while, like Kesh. I've known him for 4 years. And I've known some other people for a couple of years. And there's some people that I've only known for a day or two. And but I know that there's connections that you guys are making or will make, and I'm happy to have you. It's like we're all at a dinner party, and I've invited you to dine with me so that I can introduce you to each other, you 3 or 4 or 5 to each other. And I really think that this is fun for me. And when I have a real dinner party, I often will not say a word because I'm listening to the two people that I know really well get to know each other, and I learn things. Like I would never have asked my friend Ben about bladed weapons, knives. He collects knives, and I never ever would have asked him that. What else do you collect? Oh, I collect knives. I mean, I guess I know a lot about him, but I didn't know anything about the knives, and he never told me about the knives. But when Nicola Peng was visiting here, Nicola was sharpening a quill with a knife, and it was a very fancy knife. It wasn't a pen knife. It was a weapon of some sort. And so Ben and Nicola talked for hours about knives, and I just sat and listened because it was really, really fun to hear them talk about your birthday, 2016. Well, that was 5 years ago, sort of 4.5 years ago. So, on your birthday, remember that. So if I'm able to introduce two people that I think are going to get along, or even if they're not going to get along and they're going to spar, but they're going to spar in a fun sort of way, they're not going to beat each other up, but they're going to, it's like inviting a smart Republican and a smart Democrat in the room. It might be fun to watch the fireworks. I don't think there's any such thing as a smart Republican, though. Now they're growing backbones and things like that, so they're a little bit different than they used to be, but we'll see. Anyway, I'm looking forward to doing this again. Took me a long time to figure out what buttons to press to make this happen the second time. Maybe by the time I do it the third time, I'll remember how to do it. Now I have to remember how to stop it and how to make it visible by other people. And that's the thing that I wasn't sure how to do, and I'm still not positive. So maybe Marilyn, who helped me a lot, will be able to help me if I need more assistance. So I'm going to put this here. Well, very nice BH. Okay, I'm going to turn this back up. I get my thing here. I'm going to move this over here so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, Joshua, great. Take a picture of your handwriting. That'll help me come up with a pen that I think you might like. Goodbye, everyone. How do I stop this? End stream. End. I will no longer be live.